everybody. All right, I think we're good. Hi, it's a weird night. It's a Wednesday. Let's see how many of you actually show up tonight, because I freaked everybody out. It's just weird, I know. Hi, I have 3 ears of corn, and I just cut around the bottom, not all the way through. And I'm gonna put it in the microwave because I'm gonna cook it in here to get it started. All right, 2 minutes per ear. And you will see just how awesome it is. 6. I had to count. Liz is here, hi. Alyssa, Sarah, Jermaine, Madeline, Marion, Dee, Star Baby, I don't know who else I missed. Thank you, Lucille, Regina. So everybody who's on Facebook, I just want to let you know that there's something called Stars. And what that is a way for you to support me doing this monetarily. So it's not just putting an emoji in the comments. If you do that, that is awesome. I love it. But if you want to throw a little money in there, it's like a penny a star. So it comes out of your Facebook account, whatever you have attached to that. So that's how that works. Yeah. So welcome to my kitchen. Sorry it's a day early. That's all right. We're gonna have fun anyway. I am Kasha by Alice. Welcome to my kitchen. I am the Farm Girl Cooks, and I am inspired to create for you from the things that we grow here on our family's vegetable farm. We have a 55-acre farm in New York's Hudson Valley. We're here in the Black Dirt region, and although the limes don't count, I am inspired by our beautiful scallions, amazing jalapeños, garlic, sweet corn, and watermelon. So I made some watermelon puree. I just posted in my blender. Liz, you have to do that on Facebook, and I'm not really sure. So if you're on Facebook, you can kind of ask, or it probably has a little thing there that says, do you want to send stars? So that's how you would do that. I'm sorry, I don't know. It just, do you want to set it up? And I said, sure, why not? All right, so jalapeno popper dip. By show of hands, who likes jalapeno poppers? But who will not make them at home because they're a pain in the neck, right? So I started making jalapeno popper dip because it is way easier. I can do it all in the food processor, and I can make it in bulk. So one thing that people are noticing now in, what is it? Oh, it's almost September, that their kids have been eating nonstop for like 10 weeks, and now they've been feeding on demand, right? Now they're going back to school. They're not going to eat most of the day. They are going to be starving when they get home. So I'm trying to think of a few things that we can have on hand for them to kind of snack on. And this jalapeno popper dip, if you take out the seeds, it's cream cheese, it's some flavorings, it's scallions and cheddar. It's, Dory, you made it, thank you. It's the kind of thing that you can put in little ramekins in the fridge. They can take it out, warm it up in the microwave, and then have a snack either with tortilla chips, with pretzels, or I like to do it with carrot chips. So if you take our carrots and cut them like on the bias, you will make kind of chips, and they're great for dipping into this. And the crunch of the carrot chips along with the jalapeno and the creamy cheese is really good. I have some butter melting because we need that. Look at this cute little pot. Is that not the cutest little thing you've ever seen? I'm just gonna leave that here. I found that at a yard sale. I love yard sale finds, just saying. All right, so I'm gonna keep my recipe out because I don't wanna miss anything, because this is not complicated. It's just several ingredients, but nothing that you won't have on hand. Get some jalapenos. I am using about 5 because these are enormous jalapenos. If they're teeny tiny ones, you can use like 6 or 7. I am also, your grandmother had that teapot? How awesome. I am also not going to take the seeds out because, as you know, I have heat issues. I like them. So let's see if this works. Ready? Okay, this is exactly what I want. I am going to chop my garlic and my jalapenos right in the food processor. I'm going to cut my stems off, ditch those. If you want to take out the seeds, by all means do. And once I cut the stem off, you're going to do this laying down on the board, okay? Just cut down each side and get rid of those seeds. All done. Not hard, okay? And you don't have to use the seeds, but again, I'm a little crazy. I like the seeds. So let's start chopping, okay? The one thing that I love about using the food processor is I can throw this stuff right in, chop it up quickly, and then pull it out and then mix up the rest of the ingredients. That's what makes this one so easy. So we're gonna turn it on and I'm gonna drop in the garlic. Hi, Jennifer. Drop it in quickly. One, two. Did you hear how that changed? I hope it was subtle enough. It wasn't too subtle that you couldn't tell. So I dropped them in whole and they banged against the blades until they chopped up nicely. At the end of the season, I will tell you when it's time for you to make a whole bunch of garlic for the freezer. And you're gonna do that in there. We're gonna freeze it. And I know Laura's gonna tell me just how great that whole garlic situation is, right? We're gonna do the same thing with the jalapenos. Okay, ready? Do not inhale that. Mwah! Okay. Oh my goodness. We are all chopped up. Hold on, I need a bowl. We are all chopped up here. This is going to be all the jalapeno component of our dip. And if I'm choking, it's because I left the seeds in and then breathed in. See, again, I can't have the air conditioner on or a fan because it makes too much noise. You don't have to get all of the jalapenos out, okay? Because we're just gonna mix everything up in here. All right, let's leave that. So Miss Laura, can you tell me, she's paying attention, how easy was it to have your fresh garlic all frozen in little cubes all winter long? This is my cream cheese. I had 2 blocks and I left it out on the counter for a few hours because you want it room temperature. Let's see how that corn is. Scorching. Ooh. There's always one. So I'm going to start peeling these and I will break them in half. Wow. Ready? Look at that magic. Yeah, that's hot. But how beautiful is that? Look at this. This is what we're picking this week. Yeah. All right. I'm going to use a paper towel this time. Okay. I scored it, microwaved it, 2 minutes per ear, and now I am just twisting and turning the top where the silks are, and it pulls right off, no silks left. It's just brilliant. One more. This is for our Mexican street corn snackers. Ow. Whoa. Okay. That was hot. Have you done it in here? Have you done it in the microwave? Come on. That's the best. Also, I know a couple people on here have made the corn risotto from last week. Can I have a review? Anybody who's made it? I'm going to take off these butts and I'm going to cut it into a couple pieces because I want to put these in my grill pan. You've seen me use the grill pan before. This is my cast iron grill pan. And I have that on behind me. Ordinarily, I would use this outside on the grill, but obviously that's not going to happen with you guys watching me. It's hard enough to coordinate in a 4-foot spot. So I'm going to cut these in either in half or in thirds, whatever you like. Think about who you're feeding. If this is going to be, now they cut a lot easier once they are cooked like that. If you're going to be feeding a bunch of little kids or this is a football snack, Kristen and I were talking about that yesterday. This is going to be your game day snack. Then you want them kind of small because you want many, right? So I'm just going to brush these with a little bit of that melted butter and I'm going to put them in, yeah, it's going to get a little messy. Put them in the grill pan. We're going to sizzle, so it's not going to be a dry cooking here. We're just going to add all kinds of deliciousness because I'm going to keep the dairy industry in business. You can do this ahead of time. So if you're having a bunch of guests, you can do the cooking of the corn ahead of time, and then this process of doing the butter and the grilling will reheat it for you. That's kind of what I'm thinking of in terms of Labor Day weekend stuff because a lot of people are entertaining this weekend. One last ditch before school starts, right? I know I have a lot of teachers on here. Okay, so we're going to let that cook and we're going to continue with our jalapeno dip because I want to get that in the oven. So, where did I put my cheese? I left it in the fridge. Hold. All right, sorry. We're going to grate about 4 ounces of cheddar cheese to go in here. Had some of your corn that I cooked in the microwave, cut off kernels, added some butter, and it was amazing. Of course. Well, thank you, Phyllis. I'm very happy that you enjoyed it. This was an 8-ounce block, or it still is an 8-ounce block. I'm just going to take half of it. Great way to teach your kids about fractions, right? Every opportunity to learn something. Let's grate that. And then I'll get the cream cheese right in there. I should have done this before, I'm sorry. So who else has tried? Yes, for what, Sarah? The cheese or fractions? Always a fraction opportunity. As soon as I told Thomas that circles are like pies and we can figure out halves and quarters and things, he wanted to make a pie. Fractions at home. Teachers everywhere thank me. Thank you. It's important. How else are you going to know how to scale up a margarita recipe, right? Okay. Let's get this show on the road. I don't know how much cream cheese I have left in here. So I had bagels. We had bagels for one of our brunches. And I had a little bit of cream cheese left. So I don't care that I'm adding a little extra to this recipe. You will see that it won't matter once you put all the jalapenos and stuff in there. Liz, I'm making the corn risotto this weekend and I'm salivating already. Aw, thank you. Oh, and what else? The corn salad with the zucchini fritters. I made those again the other day. I made the zucchini fritters the other day and they were so good. Although Thomas said they were a little too oniony. Now my hands are full of cheese. He said they were too oniony because I used onion instead of shallot, but yada yada. They were delicious. All right, so 2 packages. These are 8-ounce packages of cream cheese going right in the food processor. You don't have to use the food processor. You can just use the a spoon, a wooden spoon and a bowl and beat it up, or you can use a hand mixer. The chopping of the jalapeños will have to be done by hand if that's the case. So you decide how you want to roll. This is what we're looking at here. I'm getting a little grill marks on my corn. I'm just going to turn them. They look tasty. I mean, really, I don't think we could have any better corn than we have had this year. It's been delicious. And if you want to freeze corn, this is the time to do it. Okay, cream cheese, sour cream. Just gonna add a couple tablespoons of sour cream. This is gonna help thin it out a little bit. Close enough. We just kind of wing it, right? And we have some smoked paprika. I love this. You can freeze it. You didn't know that you can, oh, thank you. The zucchini fritters were delicious. About 1/8 to 1/4 of a teaspoon of smoked paprika. I'm gonna add some salt. I hear it popping over here. And then the scallions and the cheese, cool. All right, let's buzz this up for a minute. I do it every time. Ready? Did you hear the clump? There was a clumpy noise, and that's when the big block of cream cheese kind of broke up and moved around. All right, do a quick scrape down of the edges. This corn is spitting at me. Oh, it's just being temperamental. It's fine. All right, I'm going to add the cheese. I'm using a sharp cheddar. You want something with enough flavor that it's going to kind of hold up to the fattiness of the cream cheese. I'm also using some scallions. Chrissy, you didn't know you could freeze corn? Oh, and the tomatoes? Yes, girl. I'm just cutting these. I need a drink. Cutting these scallions into little rings, little pieces. You can use the green parts, you can use the white and light green parts. You can use all of it except the root. Cut it thinly, because this will pretty much be the finished product. Okay. We're gonna throw that in, and then I'm gonna throw the jalapeno and garlic mix in here. So that's looking like, I don't know, 3 tablespoons maybe of scallions. And then this ridiculous mess of jalapenos. Okay, so this stuff, if you like this dip, you know how much you need for one recipe. You can get a whole bunch of jalapenos now, pulse them in the food processor with the garlic, freeze them in little, what are they, snack bags? Like whatever, the 1/2 cup, 1 cup, in those little snack bags. I freeze a whole bunch of them and then throw them in a big freezer bag or a container in the freezer, And then when I'm ready to make this again, I just defrost it, take any water out, and then mix the rest of the batch. So I could be eating this all winter long, using all of our homegrown stuff. And that's that. I'm going to throw it in this container. It's a baking dish. I am not doing individual ramekins this time. There we go. You can put it in little dishes, like I said. Ramekins are little custard cups, like you would get creme brulee or something in a restaurant. They're very handy to have around. Now this does not freeze. I mean, I guess you could freeze cream cheese. I wouldn't. So consider that when you're making it. If you're going to eat it, it'll last about a week. You can cut the recipe in half if you like. But again, this is to serve a nice crowd. As is, this recipe is delicious on bagels. The jalapeno cheddar cream cheese. And if you wanted to add bacon in there, I wouldn't fault you for that either. I'm gonna spread it out on the top. We're gonna put some breadcrumbs on here and put it right in the oven. And that corn keeps talking. Ready? I'm using panko breadcrumbs. And I have my oven on 425. I'm just gonna do a quick drizzle. Just lightly, because I want it to brown a little bit. Georgia, oh, you're so funny. This goes right in the oven. It might take about 15 minutes. Hopefully. Georgia, we are making jalapeno popper dip and Mexican street corn, my style. Why is Georgia saying, what are we making this morning? Because she is coming to us from, where are you coming? What part of Australia, miss? So we're getting there. We're getting some marks, okay? You don't have to go crazy with it. It is what it is. I'm gonna actually turn off my grill pan right now because we don't have to heat any more up. And let's make a margarita, shall we? Do I need any of these? I don't think I do. All right. So, margaritas. Not my least favorite thing. Kind of like them, actually. What margarita did I make last time? Victoria, Australia. Thank you, love. I am so happy that you're here. Okay. Margaritas. Tequila. I'm using a Blanco tequila this time. That's a very light tequila. Not that any tequila is not going to knock you on your butt if you have too much, but it's a light in color, light in flavor. Orange liqueur. You know, I like this one. I don't find this bad. And I made watermelon puree, watermelon juice. So we're gonna start with 1/3 of a cup here. At first I thought it was gazpacho in my fridge. It's not gazpacho, but you can make a watermelon gazpacho that is delicious. Alright, I am going to put 1/3 of a cup of watermelon juice in here. We're going to do 3/4 ounce of fresh lime juice. Always squeeze it fresh if you can. We're gonna do 1 ounce of the orange liqueur or Cointreau, Grand Marnier, triple sec, whatever you have. Figure out what you like and do that. Do lots of it. Then we're going to add 1.5 ounces of the Blanco tequila. And we're just going to pray that it fits. Oh, that's too much. All right. We're going to pray that it fits in my glass. Because I grabbed a small glass today. Let's shake this baby up, and then we're going to salt my rim. And I'm very disappointed that Mike's not here, because salt my rim would have been hilarious. I'm going to taste it and see if we need a little sweetener. I doubt we're going to need some sweetener with the watermelon. Thank you, Sarah. Nope, does not need sweetener. Perfect. All right, here's some salt. Here's a lime wedge. I'm just gonna go right around the edge of my glass. That got it wet. And then I'm going to salt it. Yes, I'm sure it would be more effective to put this salt in a dish and then run my glass in there. It would look prettier, but you know what? I'm doing this for myself. And all I want is salt on my glass. That works for me. All right, ready? I'm not even gonna strain it. Ah, absolute perfection. Look at that. Okay. Right there. Cool. Let me put my ice away, and then we will toast. Thank you, Sarah. You need one. Hello, Mr. Minkus. How's the crop harvesting these days? You guys look great out there. All right, watermelon margarita. Very simple. Homegrown watermelons. Come grab one this weekend. Cheers to you all. It's so light. It's light. It's light, and that's a good thing. Because with the watermelon juice, it kind of, I'm not going to say it waters it down. It does. It dilutes it. So the watermelon juice helps to stretch it a little further, and you can have an extra one. All right. Next. Ready? We're going to finish up our street corn. Let's check our dip. Not yet, but it's getting there. Well, that platter's not big enough. It's fine. So when I said for busy moms, this is the kind of thing that you could have your leftover corn in the refrigerator. Your kids can just pop out one or two, throw them in the microwave, because let's be honest, they don't care if it's grilled or not. Kids will just eat it. Okay? So don't worry about that. And they will slather this dip on there, a little cheese, and go to town. So I'm gonna take a little bit of mayonnaise. This is about 1/2 cup. 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of lime juice. And I'm gonna use chipotle chili powder. Chipotles are smoked red jalapenos. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of smoked paprika. And just a dash of salt. So you choose your chili powder. Chile, C-H-I-L-E, not the C-H-I-L-I. There's a difference. C-H-I-L-E is ground chile peppers. Chiles. The chipotle, again, is the jalapeno. There's ancho, all kinds of different guajillo. You can get all kinds of different ones. Let's taste it. Needs more. So you choose your heat level. The chipotle is hotter. You can add some cayenne if you prefer. This is just enough for me. this is how easy it is. Get your platter ready. And just slather it on there. Gonna get a little messy, but it's all right. Hello, Doris. That's it. So keep this mayo in the fridge. And then you can make this anytime, and that mayo will last for a week or two. No worries. And once you have enough, we put a little bit of the cheese on it, and I'll show you what cheese I'm using. This you can find in Mexican groceries or the Spanish section. If there's a dairy section, that's where you will find it because it is refrigerated. Now I gotta get my hands clean. Hold that thought. So what are we doing this weekend? Tell me while I'm greasing up corn. Are we hosting parties? Are we having, last minute clean outs because we didn't get anything done all summer? Are we going on vacation? Who's doing what? And am I gonna see you guys this weekend? I hope so, because we have lots of great stuff. I can smell that jalapeno stuff in the behind me. Oh, one more, and then we're good. You can see how it starts to shrink a little bit. The corn has gotten charred. That caramelization is going to really add to the flavor also. So the lime and the chili and the cheese are going to balance that out beautifully. So keep this in the fridge. You can use it whenever you need to. I gotta wash mayo off my hands. And now we're gonna use this cheese. I told you we're keeping the dairy industry in business. What are we doing this weekend? All right, so it's kind of like parm. Kind of feta-y in terms of sharpness. This looks so good. So should I eat corn on the cob in front of you? That would be rude, but it would be so rude of me not to. So instead of just butter and salt, we're just gonna go crazy with all that mayo and cheese. Liz is doing yard chores, some golf and pickleball, and visit with friends. Very nice. All right, so here's our quick Mexican street corn kasha style. Let's go for it. Holy cow, that is so good. Now I definitely have to wash my hands. The lime, the hot pepper, the salty cheese. Guys, this is awesome. And I will say this. If you're not into eating it off the cob, or you want to make some, and you don't want people to get all messy, you can grill it, cut it off the cob, and use that as a dressing to make a salad and just add the cheese to that. You have to make this. You have to make that. That is insane. Yes, you need to come see me this weekend. The Black Rock Baker will be with us on Friday. There you go. There's our corn. Almost done. One more thing. Black Rock Baker will be with us on Friday. And we have Cedar Hill Botanicals and Tellefson Atelier with us on Saturday. We're doing pottery painting, and Cedar Hill Botanicals will have those their aromatherapy products. If you've been looking for Arlene's deodorant, she does all natural deodorant, you can pick that up at the farm stand. Oh, watermelon margarita. All right, let's see this dip. Because I don't want to burn myself. Woo. And that's that. Hello from Orlando. Thank you. This I'm going to burn my face on. So let's wait a minute, shall we? It is sizzling away. The corn, the jalapenos. Kristen is waiting for next Monday night. Is it next Monday or the Monday after? I think it's 2 weeks. All right, ready? Whatever chips you like. And I will say that the dark pretzels are really good in here. There you go. That is our jalapeno popper dip. I know. It's just the inside of a jalapeno popper. All mixed up. Spicy, creamy, garlicky. This is great. So, does this look like it's too much? It's probably like 4 cups of dip. If that's too much, I will scale down the recipe for you when I post it. New football snack making this weekend. Well, absolutely. But do you have football this weekend? Or are you a college football girl? I may not be able to stop eating this. This is dangerous. I like to have smaller containers, like those little ramekins. I bake a whole bunch of them, and then everyone can take one little ramekin on their plate with all their snacks, and nobody has to get up, nobody has to double dip. It's enjoy your own. Awesome. That's my story. We did a bunch, and it hasn't been that long, right? College football, University of Miami. Okay. I don't know anything about college football, but if Thomas gets into it, I will learn, right? We did a watermelon margarita with, I will read it because I don't want to screw it up. 1/3 cup watermelon juice. That's just watermelon chunks in the blender, and that's that. It makes juice. 1/3 cup of that. 3/4 ounce lime juice, freshly squeezed. 1.5 ounces of tequila. 1 ounce of orange liqueur. Shake with ice. Salt your rim. Enjoy. Then we had jalapeno popper dip. This is a fun one. 6 jalapenos. 2 cloves of garlic, 2 packages of cream cheese, about 3 tablespoons of sour cream, some smoked paprika, salt, pepper, half a block or 4 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese, about 1/3 cup of scallions, add bacon if you want. Put some panko on the top and throw that in the broiler, in the oven, not the broiler. These pans are not broiler safe, remember that, it will explode. And then I did corn, Mexican street corn style, in the microwave. I cooked the corn in the microwave, and then I chopped it up, brushed it with butter, threw it in my grill pan, but you could do it on the grill outside if you like. And then I mixed up a little mix of mayo, lime juice, and chipotle pepper, some salt, and smoked paprika. We put that on it, and then I added the cotija cheese. All right, and that's that. It couldn't be any easier. All set, ready to go, have a party. Now it's 7:10, and thank you guys for joining me tonight. If you have any questions about what we've done or how to preserve things, if you got your CSA newsletter, you will learn about preserving a couple of things. But if you have any questions about that, like the jalapenos, the garlic, let me know. We'll get that. I will talk about that, or I'll post it. It's so easy. Phyllis said, love the Korean melons in a protein shake. Phyllis, that's brilliant. What else are you putting in there? Lucille, thank you. You're a wuss. I don't like anything spicy, but I sure will make that margarita tonight. Okay. You don't have to put the seeds in. And if you like roasted peppers, you can roast some of the little, like the Hungarian cheese peppers, and use that. It's just going to taste a little different. It's not going to be spicy, but you can have roasted red peppers or roasted orange peppers in this dip, and it would be delicious. You can change it and not use any spicy things at all. It would be fantastic. So don't hesitate to kind of switch things up a little bit. You can do it, and it's going to taste great. Anything else? I think we got it. We're good? And I'll see you guys this weekend. Thomas has to get some dinner. I'll let him eat now. Thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next week. Have a wonderful Labor Day and back to school. That's great. I bought some of those the other day. I will try it. All right. You're welcome. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.